Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 Media. Thank you so much for your time. The King Garden Bay Baptist Church is, of course, embarking on the Daniel fast. It's a 21-day fast. In addition to that, they have their upcoming praise party, which takes place on the eve of New Year's. Today, I'm joined by Senior Pastor of the King Garden Bay Baptist Church, Dr. Michael Turnbull, who's going to, of course, break the fast down for us and tell us about the goals for 2024 of impacting the community much more. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all for sticking with me. You're watching 284 Media. As promised, I am today joined by Dr. Michael Turnbull, Senior Pastor of the King Garden Bay Baptist Church. Dr. Mike, Pastor Turnbull, welcome to our platforms, and thank you for your time.
Well, season's greetings, Ron.
Same to you.
I think I could casually say that we are not only here in a professional setting, but we are friends. I want to wish you and your family a prosperous year when it comes.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for all the work that you guys do to make sure the community remains informed for relevant cultural heritage issues and bringing news that may not be salacious, but has impact to keeping our culture and heritage alive.
Thank you so much.
I want to really thank you for your professionalism over the last year and the entire team.
Thank you so much.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
The Daniel Fast. Lots going on at the King Garden Bay Baptist Church.
So January 1st at 6 p.m., we're starting what is called the Daniel Fast. It's nothing that is unique just to our church. It's something that's done throughout Christendom and throughout the world for people who want to start the year on a clearer, stronger path. The Daniel Fast is surrounded by the story about Daniel when he told them, you eat the king's meat and I'll eat off the land and we'll come back and see who was stronger, brighter, wiser. And he did that. So we replicate that for 21 days. Okay. Not 6 to a.m., 21 full calendar days where there is no processed food, no fried food, no meat, no added sugars. And we use that time as we're disciplining our body to use to reflect our mind and plan what it is that we want to do for the next year. One of the things about fasting, it allows you to have a clearer mind. Yes, the first couple of days, you're going to be groggy, you're going to be moody, you're going to be wondering if you can make it, readjustment, but your body really responds. Like in a physical sense, we've had people who in that time, when they went back to the doctor said, whatever you're doing, I need you to continue to do it because it's helping your diabetes, your blood pressure is under control. There are people who've had significant, like 10, 15, 20 pounds in that 21 days of just changing their eating habits. Wow. But more importantly, the things that you can't see, Ron, is the internal spiritual growth that happens, the clarity of mind, knowing that you might need to leave some friends alone to change some things, direction for what you need to do. It's starting your year focused. And a time when you feel struggling or this and other, you meditate, you pray, you find yourself in a space where you're just you and God and your community, and that allows you to just be focused. Like we live in a really technological society. Everything on our phones, we're just always constantly, and it's so much feeding us that sometimes our mind and our spirit is not quiet. And this time is designed just for that. So we're asking people, you could text the numbers that you will see on the flyers and the information. You could we'll have a QR code going around on social media, just scan it, you'll join the WhatsApp group. And the group gives daily supports.
Beautiful.
Morning inspiration, evening inspiration. First Lady and myself, we directly put those things in there. We send prayers in there. We also do some fun stuff, ask people what meals they had, what did they cook. So we make it a community of support. Yeah, so you're not doing it alone. It's not easy. It's not easy at all.
And you would know
it's worth it. This is
participated.
Yeah, it's my third year doing it. And the first year we did it was my first time doing it with everyone. And for the last couple of months, the last month and a half, I've been doing a fast myself. So it's helped to prepare and just have a clarity of mind. So we want the community, for those who are concerned about their well-being, who want to be just stronger, starting the year off. This is a great opportunity to do it as a part of a community of supporters. You can be in the chat and not say anything. It's not that you're forced to say anything. In actuality, for people who worried about being in another WhatsApp chat, it's only open for conversation like once a day.
Okay.
Like we shut it off. Like you can't. Only the admins can send messages. So you don't have to worry about a heap of just good mornings and good evenings. We try to make it relevant. And you talk about the people from 20 to 40, that age group,
Okay.
our age group, like with all the things that are going on, this is a great way to put your body under submission and also focus your mind so you could be amazing for 2024.
Beautiful. And speaking about being amazing for 2024, outside of the Daniel Fast, of course, the church itself, King Garden Bay Baptist Church, you guys have a theme as well as some goals for 2024.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that?
So, Ron, you're the first person to hear this outside of the leaders of the church, and I'm sure people will get it. And we have, so this year, our theme for this year is trendsetter. Simply trendsetter. And it's based on Matthew 5:13-16, where it says, be salt and light of the earth, meaning that we need to be a difference.
Understood.
That's what salt does. And what light does, it brings hope and righteousness to everyone. So everyone in our church, how can you individually be a trendsetter? How can you make a difference in your life, that of your community, and impact this world? And we believe we're going to be surrounded everything that we do in being trendsetters. And you may be aware, one of our biggest things as we gather at our church, we grow spiritually, our biggest part is giving.
Yes.
And we have fed in the last month almost 300 families.
Beautiful.
And that's what we want to continue to do. Be an impact, be a light. So when people came in and received a ham or a turkey, we asked them, do you need prayer? And we had people inside being prayed for. We took their numbers, checked up on them, being an impact, being salt and light. Make that church isn't this thing that's irrelevant. It isn't this thing that you just had to do when you were younger, but it helps support your life and impacts and improves your life. And the best trendsetter was Jesus himself.
Most definitely.
Like turned everything in the world upside down and telling you that these fruits of the spirit of peace and long suffering, those are the things that we want. And I believe that all of our young people, even the one that goes to brunch on Sunday, the ones that don't really, you watch online, you could come to this community that we're building at our church, gather with us, not be judged, come as you are, and be impacted for the rest of your life and be a trendsetter. Stop. Why we have to follow what everyone is doing, what everyone is saying, what the latest trend is, or what the latest Instagram quote is.
Of course.
Like, be a trendsetter for what God wants you to do. And that's to have an abundant life, to be victorious and prosperous in your family, to be healthy, to be independent, to take chances and dream. Like, that's what we want. And when we gather together in our church on Sunday morning gatherings, the main impact is for you to experience God's love.
Amazing.
That's it. Like, we want you to feel God's love because that's pure and unadulterated and it doesn't judge. It helps you where you are. And that's what the church should be.
That is the role, absolutely.
That's what the church should be, bringing hope and light to the world.
Beautiful. Now, you mentioned about the giving of serving and really feeding some almost 300 families. But throughout the year of 2023, in just observation and, of course, observing and worshiping at the King Garden Bay Baptist Church, there are a number of initiatives that really cater to the family and cater to the needs of the community. I want to speak about continuing that in 2024 and what it means for you as senior pastor to really solidify and push the message of giving within your community and the wider BBI.
I mean, I think giving is the ultimate form of existence in humanity. Okay. If you can't give back, what are we really doing? It's not enough for you to say, I have all this, and then there's those around that don't have it. So yes, we have a pantry that does monthly giveaways and feeds families around 75 to 100 every month. We want to increase that and make sure nobody that we're connected to goes hungry. We also are going to make sure that we're able to help with families and children going to school, buying book supplies, We did a book supply drive and gave back to families that books, bags, pens, pencils. We want to make sure to do that. If anyone knows me, philanthropy and giving is really important to my existence. Yes. And at the church, that what we should be, when people see someone with that Gather, Grow, Give, with that King Army Baptist Church logo, they know that that's somebody that they can depend on. It may not be, and giving doesn't always have to be money. It could be your time. So one of my goals for this year is that we're going to plant over 1,000 mangroves in King Garden Bay.
Beautiful.
I was impacted when I went to the greater, with Deputy Governor David Archer, his seminar, and I saw a presentation done by a young sister and what could happen in King Garden Bay because of erosion and climate change. And planting mangroves could help save it. They said that the beach could disappear in 75 years.
Wow.
I can't be in that community doing church and not impact what is happening there, cleaning up, doing practical things. So we are all proud. We are doing some basketball tournaments, and we have our Revolution Church and our Glow Ministry, which is really important to me. That's our small groups for little kids and our teenagers. And as you may have seen, we just baptized 14 young people last week, and we're trying to do the best to give back, to make people the best version of themselves and allow them to realize their God-given talents. Being a trendsetter. Being that trendsetter means that you're aligned with what God has for your life and you're going to make a positive impact wherever you go.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, Pastor Turnbull, I want to thank you so much for being a trendsetter yourself, and most importantly, passing that on to your congregation and to the wider community. I want to give you an opportunity, of course, because we are at the end of 2023. A lot of challenges, not only personally, but as a country. I want you to speak to the general public, the members of your congregation, and all those who are watching regarding not only the Daniel fast, but as we approach a new year. What is your message that you'd like to convey to them?
Well, if I speak to the community, I know this message is going to get you and you may feel like it's not relevant for you. But if you've made it this far, that means God still has a purpose in your life. And in 2024, God wants you to be salt and light, to be empowered. So there's opportunities for you to gather. So on December 31st at 10 p.m., we're going to have our praise party, which is locally known as Watch Night Service, where we go into the new year in the place where you're experiencing God's love. And then we start the Daniel fast, and we invite you to come and be a part of a community where you're strengthened mentally and physically, and more so spiritually. I want to say this message to BVI, like I am vocal about a lot of issues, and more you're going to see my voice being lent to issues of affecting our civil, social, and economic well-being, because that affects our spirituality. What we as people of God can do is not judge, not hurt, but help. Be able to be a salt, make a positive impact. You may not be able to donate 5,000, 10,000, but you can mentor someone. You could give back. You could be just a positive person in your community. And we believe the best way to do that is having Jesus as the center of your life and not allowing that to be the trendsetter. So we invite you to a praise party. It's going to be an amazing time. If you've ever gathered at a church, it is something that you have to experience.
Absolutely.
Me telling you about it, I'll tell you, just gather, just come one time and see. And then on that morning at 10 a.m., we have our fifth Sunday praise that we just do praise and worship. No preaching, all through. And then we come back at 10 p.m., have an amazing experience. And after church, as you know, we're going to feed you. We're going to have some food because we want people to then, and what we're doing right after church is that we're going to have the Chinese lanterns and we're going to light them and let them go on the beach. That is symbolizing us being a light in the midst of the darkness. That's symbolizing you allowing whatever was left in 23 to be transferred and left in 23 and to be transferred hope and leaving that dead weight and all that doubt. I know you may be having a hard time. This time is hard for people. As a pastor and psychologist, I know. But I believe God still is hopeful and is able to reach you where you are and come where you are and bring you up. And we want to be a trendsetter for 2024, but we can't do it alone. So we invite you and the general public on our journey together.
Amazing. Well, as you mentioned, the Daniel fast beginning on January 1st, 21 days of really realigning the body and also the mind and spirit, of course. And New Year's Eve watch night service, the praise party. Pastor Turnbull, thank you so much for your time. And before we go, I have to ask you, for persons who may not have ever worshipped at the King Garden Bay Baptist Church, perhaps wanted to look at the services online, they want to participate, whether they're local or across the region. Tell us some information. How can they?
So we are live on YouTube. You can Google King Garden Baptist Church on YouTube. We're on Facebook, CGBBC1. We are on different platforms on our website. And so you have an opportunity to test us out. And I'm not discriminating if you watch online or you come in person. Although I would love to see your face, if you're there, transition. Start just, if you're like not willing to come to church yet, just put it on, have it there. Listen, let the words permeate in your mind. And I believe that will transform you, because when we give together, we gather together, you feel empowered. And that's what we want you to do. Just try it.
Absolutely.
And every time you come, if it's your first time, we have a gift for you. Branded merch with Trendsetter on it, so you remember what you're destined to be in 2024.
I absolutely love it. And once again, thank you for your time. And all the
Thank
best
you
for
so
the new
much.
year. Viewers, that is all the time we have. You've been watching 284 Media. I'm Ron Grant, joined by Senior Pastor of the King Garden Bay Baptist Church, Dr. Michael Turnbull.